Lesson number 1, Unit 0, Functions as Objects by Margarita, Sua, and Luis. Our first function, square root. It is a function that maps the set of non-negative real numbers onto itself. As you can see down here, that is the formula for the function, and that is the domain and range, and that is the actual function mapped out. This is the second function, cube root. The cube root is often used to solve cubic equations. In particular, it can be used to solve for the dimensions of a three-dimensional object of a certain volume. That is the formula right there, and that is the domain and range, and that is the function on a map or graph. And the third function is cubic or cubic polynomial. As you can see, that's the formula down there. That is the domain and range. The cubic polynomial is actually the third cubic formula of all the ones that we are going to present and show the formulas for. This is the actual function mapped out on a graph.
Okay, so this is a linear function. It is used in economics, and it is very simple to use in math because it's just a simple line. It is diagonal. It can decrease and it can also increase. So the form for this is y equals mx plus b. The domain is from negative infinity to positive infinity. It goes like this, so negative to positive. And then the range is also the same. It goes from negative infinity to positive infinity. It goes up. It's increasing. So it goes from negative to positive. This is an absolute value. It can be used to express the range of possible values of the actual resistance. The form for this is y equals a pi x minus h pi plus k. The domain is from negative infinity to infinity. Even though it goes down, that does not change the domain because it's the x-axis. It does not really change anything. The range goes from 0 to infinity. Well, this of course depends on the line of symmetry, the vortex. In this case, it's 0 to infinity. And when you see a number, you always put a bracket next to it. If you see an infinity sign, you put parentheses. This is a quadratic function. They are mostly used in places where two things are multiplied and they both depend on the same variable. The form for this, ignore the f, but the form is y equals parentheses x plus h parentheses close squared plus k. The domain for this is from negative infinity to positive infinity. It's the x-axis, so still it's from left to right. The range is from 0 right here to infinity. This again depends on where the vortex is. Vortex is in this place. You can find it through making the line of symmetry, which is like the middle line.
Alright, our next function is rational or inverse. These graphs are usually used for speed, time, and distance questions. The formula for this function is y equals a over x minus b plus c. And here's the graph. Our last function is an exponential function. These graph functions are useful for modeling populations, carbon date artifacts, help coroners determine time of death, and compute investments. The formula for this function is y equals 2 to the power of x. Here's the domain, here's the range, and here's the graph.